Hi, everybody. Queen Crystal King in the building. How's everybody doing today? I hope everything is going well for you. So far, so good today. I'm going to claim a fantastic day. I know that. I came on because I was on Dovie's panel last night. I came in late. The panel had already started. But when I came in, I noticed that they were talking to Misty. Hi, the beach is better. I noticed that they were talking to Misty. And I had heard the controversy around her. So I watched for a little while. I'm in the chat and she's saying the N word just as casually as if you say, "Hi, how you doing? Such and such and such. Oh, by the way, nigger." No, I didn't say nigger. I said nigga. It doesn't matter, chick. There's a lot of pain behind that word when it comes to white people saying it. And I know she knows that. And for you to choose a black man to marry and have children, for that word to come out of your mouth so casually and so normally, like it's really nothing, is astonishing to me. I don't under I don't get that. But then again, in all fairness, that's her side of the story. She even said that his people don't mind her saying nigger or nigga or singing it in the songs. First of all, that's a very derogatory and degrading thing to say to a black person as a white person. Then you're telling me you have children and you call your children niggers or niggas. If they hear that in their own home, what are they to expect outside their home? I also understand that some people were saying that it wasn't addressed, that she was still saying the word nigger while she was on the panel. Oh, I beg to differ. I addressed it. I was in the chat saying, she said it again. She said it again. So when I got up on the panel, I believe it was Dovie, Kwani, uh, Lovely, me, and Christopher W. and Brianna had just came up. So when I came up, I was speaking to everyone. So then Misty was still talking about how someone called her fat and she wanted to prove that she wasn't fat. That meant more to her than what we were talking about. So Brianna was like, Misty, I'm paraphrasing. Misty, we really don't care about that. You're still up here saying word while we're up here. And I said, Amen, which means that I agreed with what she said. I also asked Misty, I said, and then Brianna came off the platform. She was only on there for a couple of seconds. I said, I want to ask you a question. What makes you so comfortable in saying this word? Why are you so comfortable saying it? She also said that her husband calls her that. So then the question was asked, do you call him that? So what I'm getting from all this is that's a toxic household and you're a racist. You married a black man. You sleep with a black man. You make it your business to say that as a nurse in a C-19 unit, you take care of a lot of black people, but that word comes out of your mouth so easily, so smoothly, and you don't feel like you're doing anything wrong. See, what that tells me is that's embedded in you. That's embedded in you. It's not going to come out of you if it's not in you. So I find that disturbing. That's one of the reasons why, excuse me, I have to clear my throat. That's one of the reasons why I really don't want to do StreamYard. That's one of the reasons why. I wouldn't want someone to come up on there saying ignorant stuff like that, you know, and really believe that what they're saying is making sense. She didn't want to hear nothing from nobody. The more you talked, the more she overtalked you. And she constantly, I think, the more I think about it, I think she said it like over 4 times. Over 4 times. And as a mother of a black son who has married a white woman, there's no way in the world you're going to be calling my son a nigger. That's not going to happen. If that's some stuff that y'all do, y'all keep it between y'all. He better not let me know about it. And I said to her, how do you think you could come up on here and say these things and not expect to get chin checked? How could you not expect to get chin checked about that? You're not kidding. It's not a joke. You're not trying to make anybody laugh. You're not funny. You're pitiful. And the worst thing you could have done was turn that camera on. So all I wanted to say for the record is, yes, I did address it. I did address it. Even Christopher W. was like, yes, you did, Misty. Yes, you did. You said it twice. And then she said it a couple more times, even after it was brought to her attention. So you can talk to this woman till you're blue in the face. She believes that she has the right to say that. And I told her, you really believe that you really believe that you're right. I believe that you believe you're right. This is something that was perpetuated during the 45 presidency, in my opinion. I'm not saying it started there, but I'm saying that there was a lot of things that were being done and said during that time that were co-signed. And a lot of the bigots and the racists were coming out of the walls, coming out of the woodwork. In my opinion, I don't understand why she would be on anybody's platform, because anything could come out of her mouth. And see, for some odd reason, people think that because they're on social media and you're not at their front door, they can say what they want to say. Actually, there is freedom of speech. You can say what you want to say, but there are consequences behind things that you say. Then her husband comes on and says, it's 3 o'clock in the morning and I got to go to work. I don't know who y'all are, but y'all up here and y'all are still talking and I got to go to work. So Kwani, yeah, she was the other person. And Kwani said, oh, okay. So does she call you a nigger? He said, he paused and then he said, no, she don't call me that. Well, she lied. And then Kwani said, yeah, well, you got her on here she's on here calling black folks niggers. Y'all hear my husband? Y'all hear my husband? Didn't you just hear him say that I need to get off of here so he could go to work? Then listen to your husband and take your happy ass to bed. Bye. I don't understand why you would want to come into a predominantly black sector. And sector is a nickname, but that's just what we say. A predominantly black sector. Say the things that you say, and because you have a black man, and because you have interracial children, and because you have black friends, you feel like that gives you a pass to say that. It does not. It does not. I bet you don't go up in that hospital saying it. I bet you don't. I addressed it. That's all I want to say. I addressed it. There's no excuse for this. There's no excuse for this. And it has a lot to do with what we accept as a people to be okay. I don't accept that. I don't accept that. There's a lot of pain. There's a lot of history behind that word coming from a white person. And it's sad to think that you're the mother of biracial children and you're using that word and you're not even, in my opinion, you're not really sitting down and letting them know the magnitude of that word. Misty, you are trash. You are trash. You really are. You are trash. And I'm going to vow that if I ever see you in a chat, on a panel, or anything, I will not address you again. But I had to ask you, why do you feel so comfortable saying this word? Why? And I, like I said, I doubt very much that his people is letting that white lady sit around saying nigger. I doubt it. And then while she's talking to us up on the panel, she had the nerve to say, I'm not saying, I didn't say nigger. I said nigga with a G-A. Then I said to her, now I think you just playing in my, now I think you just playing in my face. And then what do you know? Henny Wise makes a little clip video of the part where the husband comes in. And the title of the video talks about Misty playing in people's face because I addressed it. I don't have a problem with anyone that is different from my race. I don't have a problem with that. They're just some things that are so ignorant, so foul, so ridiculous, so ass whooping worthy that she has said that just really gets up under my skin. But I won't address her again. I won't address her. I will ignore her like she has some type of mental illness. Again, Misty, you are trash. And I hope you get it together real soon. Because I have a feeling that you're going to slide up in somewhere with a bunch of black people and they're going to be singing their songs with the words in it. And you just going to bust up and start singing the song since you feel like you could test Nina on her blackness to see if she has anything to say about Tupac. And I addressed that too. What would make you say something like that? What would make you think that that would be testing her blackness? if you talked about Tupac, a rapper. That's some ignorant, bigoted thing to say. What the hell? You ain't even rich and white. You ain't even fine and white. You just white. You just straight white. And there are some people who believe that they have the white privilege. That white privilege has been going on for a very long time. But let me tell you what I'm noticing. I'm noticing a lot of Black people being brought to the forefront. I'm noticing a lot of different commercials and things of that nature on television where they're starting to show more Black children, more Black men, more Black women, where it was predominantly white. Now, Jay Wilson said something, and I thought about it. I really, really thought about it. Hi, Rob. I really, really thought about it. And he said, Big Brother is all Black people. And there were some white people who didn't want to watch it because of that. But when Big Brother was all white people, nobody said anything. What does that tell you? What does that tell you? I'm telling you, she got a rough road coming. She got a rough road coming. If she don't get her stuff together and she messes around and she says that in a mixed crowd, or she in a grocery store, or one of her kids is acting up and she turn around and say, you little niggers better get over here. Oh, it's okay. I'm their mother and their dad is Black. Girl, bye. Shut the entire hell up. Shut the entire hell up. See, that's how you get half a lip. And I'm going to tell you what that means. That means that you can see my fist coming. You can see my fist coming. You see it coming. And you try to turn your head, and I get a good clip on you. And then half of your lip is hanging down to your chest because you turned your head. But I'm going to get you anyway. How dare you sit up on a panel with a bunch of Black people talking about, no, I didn't say nigger. I said nigga with a G-A. That makes it better. That makes it better. I'm telling you, she said it at least 4 times that I was up there. And I made it plain that I was just coming into the chat. I was just coming into the chat. And I'm listening and I'm looking at the chat. Hey, boss lady. And I'm looking at the chat. And she's just talking like it ain't nothing. Like, hey girl, how you doing? I didn't say nigger. I said nigga. Well, what can I do about it? I apologized already. I apologize. So what more can I do about it? Shut the fuck up is what you can do about it. Somebody is going to give her half a lip. I hope she don't get hurt behind this. Because everybody don't play those type of games. To me, she acts like she comes off real naive. Like, I really don't mean no harm. Like, it's just something I say. You know, it's really no big deal. You know, my husband calls me that. And you call him that? Yeah. Do you call your kids niggers? No, nigga with a G-A. Dear God in heaven, if I was anywhere near her, I'd slap the cayenne piss out of her. It was really making me mad. It was really making me mad. And it was a waste of freaking time. Because trust me, she's going to do it again. Because she's been doing it all this time with no consequences. She's going to do it again. But guess what? I won't be addressing her. But I'm coming on my platform and I'm saying that as far as I'm concerned, she is canceled. Even Christopher W was like, Misty, just shut up. Just shut up and listen. You couldn't say nothing to her. She kept talking over top of you and stuff. And I'm glad that Pennywise caught that clip. I'm glad he caught that clip where her husband came in there and said, it's 3:00 in the morning and I got to go to work. I don't know who y'all are, but it's 3:00 in the morning and y'all still talking. So Kwani says, does she call you a nigger? So he paused a little bit and said, no, she don't call me a nigger. And I said, so she lied. So she lied. See, one thing about me, I'll see a lot of things going on and I may talk about it, but it meant enough to me to come on my platform and say, Misty, you are trash. If I was a biracial child with a white mother and she called me nigger, that would mess with my self-esteem so bad. So bad. You get no passes from me, Misty. You get no cut cards. And then when somebody calls you fat, oh no, my BMI is 34. And then you're going to turn on the camera and say you wear a size 12. On what planet? On what planet was that a size 12? You were more upset about somebody calling you fat than you were about the panel chin checking you about saying nigger and nigga. First of all, there are a whole lot of white people who listen to Tupac. So for you to tell Nina that you wanted to check her, you wanted to test her blackness, which you denied saying at first, until until Pennywise put that shit on on her channel and proved that you did say it. See, the first thing that comes out your mouth is a lie. If what you're saying is so right, then why is your first instinct to lie? See, you talk like you ain't never had your ass whooped. To me, you talk like you ain't never had your ass whooped. But that's okay. That's okay. I addressed it. So when your children walk out in the world and white people call them niggers, are they going to see that as a term of endearment because their mother calls them niggers? Don't think just because you sleep with a black man make you black. None of that stuff you were saying will pass with me. Why say it at all? Why say it at all? Like I said, she was playing in my face. She was playing in my face. And I don't appreciate that. I don't appreciate that. Let me get my glasses, doll baby. On Blessed Watkins today, it was said Diving used the word also. That saddened me. What? Oh, this is ridiculous. Yeah, Ross said on Blessed Watkins today, it was said Diamond used the word also. That saddened me. Boss lady said, "Oh wow, because she has black husband and son, that still don't give her a pass." No, no, it does not. Hey, watermelon sugar, I'm on one. I'm on one. I am really on one. Oh yeah, and Sir King was up there too. It was ridiculous. And how she just, "Oh, no, no, I didn't say nigger. I said nigga." I said, "You just said it again. You just said it again. What is going on here?" To say no one addressed it is not true. I addressed it. I was just going to sit back and watch the live and just, shake my head. But some things you just have to speak on. You just have to speak on it. She talks like she never got her ass whooped. She talked like she ain't never had a good ass whooping, in my opinion. That's how she talked. Hey, Benji. Hey, watermelon sugar. The other lady has black husband and son. Mm. Hey, Kool-Aid. What about the people who allowed her on their platform, shaking my damn head? Obviously, she felt like she could say it. Now she said it. People surprised. This does not surprise me at all. And the thing about it is that we know that these things happen. But what the hell is going on over here where it's happening so frequently? You check that stuff at the door. You check it at the door. That's a beautiful avatar, girl. I like that. Uh-uh. Mm-mm. No, we're not doing that. So to say it wasn't addressed, that's not true. I addressed it. And I do have some compassion because it was rumored that she was being beaten. And I said, well, I don't condone that. I don't condone domestic violence in any form at all. So I hope you're not in a domestic violence situation. But you know me, back to the subject at hand. I'm not prejudiced either. And that's a good point. I'm not prejudiced. It's just that now you think about it. Think about it. If she can call her own family her flesh and blood niggers and niggas, what what is the challenge of her saying that to anybody else? And my thing is, you make it your business to tell us that you take care of black patients dying from C-19. I don't see why that was necessary. If you're a nurse, you're a nurse. It doesn't matter what color the people are, you're a nurse. Why do you have to drill it home that you're taking care of black people? Don't take care of me. I don't want you taking care of me. I don't believe anybody in this chat is prejudiced. I'm talking about ignorance. Ignorance has no color. None. And again, I believe she knew what she was doing. I don't think it was accidental. You don't accidentally say nigger or nigga. You don't accidentally say that as a white person unless that's something. See, what happens at your kitchen table should stay at your kitchen table. Okay? If that's how y'all talk in y'all house and it's accepted and y'all doing what y'all need to do for each other, fine. But again, what I said was when you step outside your door, you better teach them kids how to turn it on and turn it off, because obviously you don't know how. You have a right to whatever religion you want to be in. You have a right to live where you want to live, work where you want to work. But my thing is, if you're talking like this in front of your children, which is sad because you're actually raising children who are biracial, if they hear that stuff inside their home and they go outside their home and hear it, they'll be totally desensitized. Well, mommy calls me that. Daddy calls me that. When I'm around daddy's people, mommy says it there. How do you identify? This world can be very cruel. And we need to teach our children how to maneuver and take care of themselves in this world without us. We're not going to be here forever. So for you to give that impression that calling your children and your husband that, and your husband calls you that, what are you breeding? What type of people, what type of children are you raising to go out here in this world? How are they supposed to act if they see you acting like that? The first teacher on the planet is the mother. Thank you, Ra. She might get away with that at home, but not here on YouTube. Exactly. Exactly. Is my point. She's trash. When you're comfortable and using the word freely in your home, it tends to slip out anywhere. And you know what? And it may slip out to a point where she may not be able to walk away from it because people ain't playing these days. They're not playing. Is this the troll with the baby voice? Yes. Yes. That's the troll with the baby voice, in my opinion. She better get it together. She better get it together. Mm-mm. Instead of sitting and telling your children that they're beautiful and you love them and you want them to succeed and talking about their education and all these different things. No, you living in a dilapidated apartment and you're going to turn on the camera and show your body to prove that you're not fat, but you're unbothered about using the word nigger and then denying it and then saying, I said nigga, not nigger. I won't be addressing her again, but I addressed her happy ass last night. I'm done with it. I'm so done with it. I hope nobody else interviews her. I hope she never gets on anybody else's StreamYard. She ain't never got to worry about coming over here. She ain't got to worry about it. I think she's a troll. I do. But that just really boiled my blood. It really did. She's setting her children up for failure. Can you say that again? She's setting her children up for failure. At Crystal, your title said she said it again, which tells me she did this before and people still welcomed her. Girl, I can't. This is Thank you. She was saying it while she was on the panel, girl. She was saying it while she was on the panel. I was like, you just said it again. No. You just said it again. Now I think you playing in my face. Now, if you go over there to Hennywise, you'll see in that title, it's talking about Misty playing in people's face. So what? You got a black friend. So what? You got a black husband. So what? You have interracial kids. So what? You think that makes you black? Girl, bye. In my boss lady voice. Nor I, boss lady. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, I checked her ass. I checked her ass. And I don't feel bad about it. I really don't. But I will not be addressing her again. I don't know if the subject will come up again, but I will not be addressing her. She's so ignorant. And she likes to play like she's so naive. Like, I don't understand why people got so mad. I don't understand. Well, my husband's black and your feet probably black too, bitch. We don't play that. We don't play that. And it's time to unite. It's time to unite. That's enough of that. That's enough of that racist stuff. That's enough of that. I've had enough of that. Just because you're repeating something that you heard doesn't make it okay for you to say. It doesn't. You got your DWBs, which is driving while black. You got people being killed just for being black. You have a lot of situations that come up and people are acquitted for violence and abuse and excessive force to black people. And you think you're going to sashay your happy ass over here and start calling out niggers? Hell to the no. My husband is white and Native American. So if I go up on a panel and call her a whole self saltine crackers, there will be an outrage. Exactly. Black people don't even walk around talking like that. That ain't even how we talk. But you're right, Watermelon. If that script was flipped on her, you know what? I started to say something. If that script was flipped on her, she would probably say something like, "That's fine. Well, that's fine. Oh, well, now I'm not gonna get mad. That's fine." Some people is not even worth addressing, and I realized that last night. She was not even worth addressing. Crystal, there are a number of things and people that bother me on YT, so I distance myself from those people and things. Exactly. Which is why I have decided that I will never address her again. She will not get the privilege of being addressed by me ever again. She has shown who she was, and y'all need to believe her. It wouldn't come out of you if it's not in you. The amount of times that she said nigger and nigga on that panel was ridiculous. The fact that she said it once was enough, but she continued to say it. This is not black against white. This is not a situation where, you know, I'm going against all white people. All white people are not like that. All white people are not like that. America is a melting pot. All white people are not like that. But you have a few. And she just looks like she sit around saying nigger all day. This is what Miss Olivia been talking about for at least 2 years, from what I know of. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. She calls them interlopers. Interlopers with big mouths that feel they can say whatever they want without being checked. But she's going to be checked today. Like I said, how, excuse me, guys. And that's exactly what I said to her. What makes you think you could come up here and say something like that and you ain't going to get chin checked? It's bigger than black and white. It's all races against ignorance. Thank you. Thank you. Ignorance. It's the ignorance for me. So I'm sorry. I'm smart enough to know that that ship has sailed in her brain. That ship has sailed. She truly believes that what she's doing is not a problem. She truly believes that. So it will be a waste of my time to address her ever again. But I tell you what, she gonna mess around and get a half a lip. She start going back in that hospital talking crazy. Wasn't she the lady that was on live one night and she was talking and walking around her house, and then she told us, she said to excuse her because she had to go to the bathroom, and she went to the bathroom and got up and never even washed her hands and came right back talking again. And you a nurse? Nasty. And you supposed to be taking care of people with COVID. You ain't even sanitary for yourself. Ra, I've been shaking my head at the outrage. A lot is said. Done that is a big no. Exactly. Ra said, Boss Lady, I like Avatar also. It is cute. Boss Lady said, yes, watermelon sugar. That's what it boils down to. Straight ignorance on her and her husband's part. He said, thank you, Ra. Yep, you're right. Yeah, she did. That was the white lady that was on live, and she was talking, and she said she had to go to the bathroom, and she went to the bathroom and she came back and she never washed her hands. Got the nerve to call somebody a nigger. Do you know how many white niggers there are around here? It's ignorance. And I will never, ever address her again. I won't. I bet she don't go to her husband's family reunion throwing that word around. She said she do. She said she does. And me, as a mother of a black son, of black sons, you let me find out that he done married a white woman who calls him a nigger. I'll be done kicked a hole in her damn back. You let me find out about it. She said that his people don't have a problem with her saying that. And I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. And her husband came right on there and said she don't call him a nigger. Because Kwani asked him, does she call you a nigger? No. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Because like I said, that's her side of the story. That is her side of the story. So I wasn't up there long. I just, when I had came over, to give Dovie some support. And I even said, Dovie, thank you for having me. Congratulations. Your channel is getting a lot of traction, and I'm proud of you. Come on. Come on. Come on. Nah. No, my family don't play that either. Don't nobody family play that. And I bet you if his people had heard her say that, they would get with her. Like, why would you go on social media and say that you be sitting around us talking about nigga this and nigga that? I said it because I was just using it in context. But you said it again. You said it again. Christopher was like, oh, Misty, shut up. Just shut up and listen. And that's one thing she refused to do. She refused to do it. So she's all right the way she is. And if a person is all right the way they are, then that's fine. The choice I make is not to be around you. That's the choice I'm making. You can love who you love. You can marry who you want to marry. It's not like it was back in the day where it was a crime for a white man to marry a black woman or vice versa. People fought long and hard for their rights. Why is it okay to her husband? If he cared about her, he would check her before somebody hands her behind. Exactly. Exactly. That word does not apply to us brown people. So the shoe don't fit over here. It shows that she's the ignorant one. Exactly. Which is why I told you I will never address her again. But I addressed her last night. Where's Nina? I want to test her blackness. I want to ask her if she what'd she say? If she knows who about the best rapper or something like that. Like Tupac. He's the best rapper. And I just really want to test her blackness. And they said, Misty, you told Nina you want to test her blackness. No, I didn't. You did say it, Misty. No, I didn't. Go over to Hennywise. Shout out to Hennywise. And she isolated that. Test your blackness. Test your blackness. Kept saying it over and over and over again. because the first instinct that she has is to lie. So if what you're saying is so good, it's not a problem, why is your first instinct to lie? Stand in your shit. And you better know how to take a punch if you're going to walk around life talking like that. People who talk and not listen comes in all shape. Exactly, Ra. Test her blackness. Around here, them's fighting words. Oh my God, I thought I was the only one. Watermelon sugar. Don't believe she doesn't call her husband that word. Mm, mm, mm. Shaking my damn head. Test your blackness. What does that even mean? So there are some rappers that I've never heard of. So if you say a rapper that I haven't heard of, does that mean I'm not black? And if you know Tupac, that means you're black. You sound stupid. You sound like you bumped your head. But you can best believe I will not address her ever again. Ever. Because if she slips up and calls me a nigger, it's going to be a misunderstanding. A misunderstanding. It's going to be some furniture moving up in here. Ugh. And I just told her, how dare you? How dare you? Well, I call my such and such, and I say this and that. And I told her, I said, I wish the fuck you would. I wish the fuck you would. No, no. That's enough of that, Misty. That's enough of that. I called you out. I called you out. And I won't do it again because everybody knows who you are. Everybody knows who you are. The man you supposed to married and loved and had kids with, you're calling him that, and you're even calling your children, the children you carried in your body, you're even calling them that. So what are you doing? No, I'm not going to put all white people in the same in the same category because that's not true. But you still got some sprinkled here and there that are doing what this chick is doing, and it's unacceptable. I hope she never gets another interview. I hope she never goes on another platform. I hope they block her out of the chats, setting them up to fail in life. Exactly. Exactly. And you already have a lot of colorist stuff going on anyway. Those kids are not going to have much of a chance with her being a mother. I don't see it happening. Can you guys still hear me? Because I accidentally pressed a button on my phone. Yep. This world is made up of all different types of people. All different types of people. But be mindful. There are people like her out there too. Stay away from my sons because they know better. Stay away from my grandkids because they know better. And stay away from me. Let's be real. There are people of all races, sexes, shapes, shades, and colors that act just like her. Like I said, it's not just a white thing, it's an ignorance thing. Powerful. What you just said is powerful. Hopefully, I've conveyed that. It's the ignorance for me. Yeah, I'm too through. I am too through. I am too through. There's other content out here. I wouldn't even make that. I wouldn't even make her content. I wouldn't even make her content. I don't. I feel for the kids. I do. Those values that they're getting are not healthy. They're toxic. Hopefully somebody gets a hold of her. But I doubt very much if anything different will happen. It would have to take an act of God. It would really have to take an act of God. Because she's not listening. She's not listening at all. And whatever black friends that she has, y'all ain't doing her no favors. You're not doing her no favors. Okay, doll baby. Y'all not doing her no favors. I'm sorry. I just don't believe she calls her husband that. I don't believe it. I don't believe his people allows her to come and say that word. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Oh, someone's gonna get a hold of her one way or the other. People don't play them games anymore. Exactly. Exactly. And I don't like it when stuff gets all in my chest like this. I don't. But this thing got in my chest. And again, I keep hearing that nobody on the panel addressed her. I addressed her. I addressed her. And I'm done. I'm totally done. This lady needs help. She needs help. There are people out here who have been wronged, who did not get justice, who have been persecuted because of the color of their skin, who've been abused, killed because of the color of their skin. But do I take that out on everyone that's white? No. But I'm aware of it. She's trolling and fronting for YouTube because she thinks she's untouchable. I don't believe she's walking around in real life throwing that word around and ain't nobody reached out and touched her yet. I don't believe it either. I don't believe it either. I don't believe it either. I don't. Sometimes I think that people do stuff like this and they sit around and they laugh at your reaction like it's funny. It's not funny. It's not funny. Not at all. Well, I chin checked her, I'll tell you that much. And that's all I have to say to her. But she done turned around and said something to me, and that would have been the end of that. Even if you threw me off the StreamYard, I would still come to my platform and finish what I had to say. She better check herself before she wreck herself. I really am sad for the kids. I am. I really am sad because children are not born that way. They're not born that way. They're taught. As your mother is speaking to you, you're learning vocabulary. You're learning punctuation. You're learning the words to use in order to go outside your door and function in society. And if these are the things that she's saying to them, these are the things they're going to say. Ignorance is taught. It's taught. They're not born that way. I'm going to tell you, my youngest son, he was in kindergarten and he came home from school and he was telling me that this little boy was messing with him. And I asked him, was he black or white? My son looked at me like, huh? He didn't even know how to identify the children as black or white. They were just kids. And I knew that day I had to sit down and talk to my son. He is a total people person. And he does not discriminate. But in kindergarten, he didn't even realize that there was black and there was white. I never even thought about it. I just assumed he knew. And I'm glad that he was small enough for me to help him understand. Oh, excuse me. I'm glad he was small enough for me to help him understand. And I didn't give him anything where he would, just see people and don't like them because of what someone else did. Judge me by my character, not the color of my skin. Don't forget the color of my skin, but judge me by my character. Thank you, Watermelon Sugar. Thank you, boss lady. He didn't know. And I had no idea he didn't know. So if somebody was to say to him, can you describe who was picking on you? He would describe their clothes. He would describe their clothes. Or he may say, that their hair was long or so. He never said white or black. And if you know anything about him, he is a people person. Okay, boss lady. I had no idea I was going to be on here this long. I really didn't. But Misty, you are trash. And until you clean yourself up, you will remain trash. And the sad part about it is God is going to hold you accountable for putting all that trash in your kids' heads. And I just pray that it doesn't cost them their life because of the silly things you say and the ignorant things that you say. Everybody, I appreciate you guys coming over. One more time before I come off of here, I addressed her. Crystal, don't allow this to make you feel sick. It's not worth it. Ugh. I'm going to get me a cup of tea. I'm going to woosah. And like I said, if I see her anywhere talking or whatever, I will not engage. I will not engage. I will not engage. How can a white woman test your blackness? You know nothing about being a black person. All you know is that you're sleeping with a black person. Misty, get it together. Really, get it together. Thank you guys so much for coming over. I just had to get that out because I just keep hearing that nobody addressed her. And that's not true. All right, everybody. Love, peace, and chicken grease.